lost without you. Can't help myself. How does it feel to know that I love you, baby? I'm lost without you.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica and today's video is going to be on this warm toned fall honey look. So if you want to see how I got this look, just keep watching. First, I'm setting my brows with the Etude House Keep My Brows Fixer. So now I'm using the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Ebony, and I'm going to create fake brow hairs. I've been a huge fan of the fluffy, natural looking brows recently, so I'm going to try going for that look today.
To know that I love you, baby. I'm lost without you. Can't help myself. How does it feel to know that I love you, baby? Tell me how you love me more and how you.
Now using the Maybelline Master Conceal Concealer on a flat definer brush, I'm going to clean up my brows.
You don't want that guy. You wanna touch yourself when you see me. Tell me how you love my body and how I make you feel, babe. You wanna roll.
And then using the same concealer, I'm going to prime my eyelids.
Stay warm and get out of the cold with me. I just love to hear you say it. It makes a man feel good, babe.
Now going in with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder, I'm going to set my eyelids.
I'm lost without you.
For the transition shade, I'm using Butterscotch from the Too Faced I Want Candy eyeshadow palette.
Does it feel to know that I love you, baby? I'm lost without you.
To darken up the crease, I'm using Note to Self from ColourPop.
How does it feel to know that
On the outer and inner corners of my eyes, I'm using Top Notch from ColourPop.
you don't want me to stop? Tell me it would break your heart that you love me and all my dirty. You wanna roll with me, you wanna hold
And then I'm also going to blend that into the crease.
you work with me. I just love to hear you say it. It makes a man feel good, babe.
To darken up the outer corner, I'm using Hot Chocolate from the Too Faced I Want Candy eyeshadow palette.
Can't help myself. How does it feel to know that I love you?
On the center of my eyelids, I'm using a mixture of Rule Breaker and Level Up from the ColourPop I Think I Love You eyeshadow palette.
How does it feel to know that
Using the M Cosmetics Felt Tip Liquid Liner, I'm going to create a wing.
'cause you will tell me every morning. Ooh, alright.
Now I'm cleaning up the eyeshadow and eyeliner using the Sun & Park Beauty Water.
Oh, baby. Oh, darling.
I'm curling my lashes and then I'm going to apply mascara.
Without you, can't help myself. How does it feel?
For mascara, I'm using the Essence Lash Princess Mascara.
Baby, I'm lost without you.
The lashes I'm using today are the Lily Lashes in the style Miami.
How does it feel to know that I love you, baby? Ooh, yeah. Oh, baby. Oh, darling. All right.
To mattify, I'm using the Benefit Professional on the center of my face.
Oh, darling. Ooh, baby. All right, all right.
And then to prime, I'm using the Smashbox Primer Water. For foundation, I'm using a mixture of the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation in the shade 190 and the NYX Total Control Drops in True Beige. I'm using them in a 1:1 ratio, 1 pump of the Fenty Beauty Foundation and 1 drop of the NYX Total Control Drops. I was gonna do a review on Fenty Beauty, but I feel like there are already so many reviews on YouTube, so this is a comparison of no foundation versus foundation. You'll notice I'm working in sections, which is really important with this foundation because it dries really fast.
It's the middle of October, and we just came to an end. I'm just sorry that there ain't no time left. You and I were over, me and you are done. When I wanted to.
Now for concealer, I'm using a mixture of the Maybelline Master Conceal Concealer and the NYX Total Control Drops.
I know it's no one's fault if I've learned anything at all with us. No matter how I act, one on my mind for a while now. Trying to get.
And then I'm going to bake using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder.
For the time being, it was nothing more, but I just couldn't see it. This is not a song for the.
Going back to the eyes, I'm using ColourPop's Top Notch on my bottom lash line.
Baby, you were mine and I was your girl. Whatever happened to the time that we spent sober? I take back what I said.
And then to smoke it out, I'm using ColourPop's Paper Tiger.
Boy, it's hurting my head. It's the middle of October.
For the first layer of mascara on my bottom lashes, I'm using L'Oreal's Telescopic Mascara. And then I'm going to top that with the Essence Lash Princess Mascara.
I've been at this party for some time now.
To contour, I'm using the Kevyn Aucoin Sculpting Powder.
You are in the corner with your head down. I don't even want to know what that's about, cause you're the one that's always getting too.
And then to bronze, I'm using the Ofra Bronzer in Americano.
Tonight I'm in my feelings, oh I'm faded, but I don't want to think about the complicated.
Now I'm baking the sides of my nose.
Got me feeling like I can't.
And then I'm gonna go back in with Americano on the tip of my nose and underneath my lips. For blush, I'm using Sigma's Corda Rosa Aura Powder.
Oh, it ended so fast. Now that I am sober,
I'm also applying blush to the tip of my nose and my chin.
I'm sitting with this love hangover, and boy, it's hurting my head. It's the middle of.
For highlighter, I'm using Becca's Champagne Pop.
Just came to an end. I'm just sorry that there ain't no time left. Cause you and I were over. Me and you are done.
I'm spraying my brush with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water to intensify the highlight.
Though I know it's no one's fault. If I've learned anything.
To line my lips, I'm using the NYX Lip Liner in Natural.
Matter how I add it up. 1 + 1 is 9.
And then for lipstick, I used Jouer's Lip Creme in Noisette.
It's the middle of October, and we just came to an end. I'm just sorry that there.
And to set my face, I'm using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Matte Finish Setting Spray.
You and I were over.
And this would be the finished look, except for I didn't really end up liking the lips. So I removed it, relined, and filled in my lips using NYX's Natural. And then I topped it all with a lip gloss from MAC. This is the Viva Glam Taraji P. Henson 2.
At all with us, no matter how I add it up.
And this is the completed look.
Now that I am sober, I take back what I said. I'm sitting with this love hangover, and boy, it's hurting my head. It's the middle of October, and we just came to an end.
Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you liked me, remember to follow me on all of my social media, which will be linked in the description box down below. And I will see you in my next video.
When I wanted to be closer, you just wanted to run.